in some ways. We're now coming to the main match, which is the best of two. Predictions for that?
Yeah, I think Magnus may be slight favorite there, especially because he has had a plus score with Fabi in Weisenhaus, also in their World Championship match. So when they face one-on-one, I believe Fabi hasn't beaten him in any match format. So that does give him an edge there. But the recent form shows Fabi is very strong. I think it's a very close match. Could go to the tie breaks, but I predict Magnus as the slight favorite there.
Maurice?
It's very hard to bet against Magnus, right? It's always hard to bet against Magnus because of just it's Magnus. Fabi's form, though, is superlative right now. Like, just, he's on fire. He's winning just about everything he plays. And my thing is just the difference at this moment with freestyle. Because he just came off this event in St. Louis with Chess9 Alex. He played 9 games. He played Nakamura. He played Kasparov. Right? He played all the top Americans. Okay, none of them except Nakamura is really going to be at the level of a Magnus and the feel you're going to have when you're facing the GOAT. But he still had 9 games and all that processing, and he's not off of that yet. He didn't move on to playing something else. He's not coming off 518 like Magnus is to now have to reset his brain. He's still in that, I will think, still in that flow. So that gives him a chance. A very good chance, not just being the 2800. So I think that it will be a close match, and it's going to be small margins that make the difference. I don't expect 2-0, for example, to be the result. I'd be surprised if it was. And it's going to come down to nerves in the end. And that's where Magnus, Mr. Cool, Calm customer, I think always has an edge. He just makes you feel like I'm supposed to win. But it's just going to be a show. I'm looking forward to it.
Amazing.
Tania.
I think a lot of it also depends on what position gets pulled out, because how comfortable the players feel with the piece formation. Maybe Fabi's got coming out of this victory in St. Louis, you know, he's maybe more familiar with a few more setups. How good Magnus feels with what he gets with the bite. So very often in Weisenhaus, what we saw was that in freestyle chess, the players had a big edge, sometimes even right out of the opening, because one small mistake, how you decide to develop your piece or which pawn you decide to push forward, can decide the game. So much of it comes down to what gets pulled up, and I don't think the players have time for any preparation.
They have 10 or 15
minutes.
minutes.
15 minutes when they decide the position that they're going to be playing out, and both days they're going to have a fresh position. So, I mean, strength-wise, extremely close for me. In freestyle chess, I think Magnus, again, always a slight favorite, but still super competitive, very close. But a lot of it depends, I think, in the first few moves and what is the first position we see. And if someone